There was a performing arts group, and then Jeannie went kind of on a tour of other art centers and said, you know, we really should add visual arts also.
What are you doing?
New York.
New York.
David, who is sitting over there,
Yeah.
he works with me 1 day a week.
And what's the picture?
Chicago,
Ah, okay.
Illinois,
Wonderful.
and Michigan Lake.
There's a lot of different stories here. An artist with a disability, a lot of times they acquire that disability a different way. So sometimes someone who starts in the visual arts program is was an accomplished artist selling their work and sometimes even making a living as an artist. Something happens, they then have a disability, and sometimes they still want to do art, but they need to find a way to do it differently so that they can again say, I am an artist, even though I don't do it exactly the way I did it before. Sometimes it's people who have always had a disability and never had the opportunity to become an artist, and they blossom here because they have some support.
I think, audition, I think.
What did they ask you to do?
If I knew how to paint.
And you said?
No, not yet.
We have had artists who were, like Lucy, not self-identified as artists, and just blossomed. And you can't imagine how they didn't see themselves as an artist.
I never did art in my life until I came here to do art.
I was brought to Interact to connect our artists to the wider arts exhibiting community so that we're not just in a special niche, but rather that we're part of the whole contemporary community. It's very important to us that our work be out in the community, connected in other venues where contemporary art is shown.
Even artists without disabilities, the hardest thing is to sell your work, and it is for our artists too. We have a multitude of work downstairs and upstairs that is just here, and they're producing art and more art all the time, but there aren't as many galleries or as many people that know about Interact as what we could fill up. So Wells was hired specifically just to do that, to find a place for it to go, to make sure we have shows and successful shows and partnerships within the community where our art can go.
Once I got really good, I had a whole bunch of paintings and art shows, and everybody loves them and wants to buy them. It's a picture of a sunflower, and it looks like I drew a picture of a man. It's gonna be my fifth show, I think.
Her name is Elevate, and she's 23 years old, and she's a craftswoman from a world that I created called Crescia, and she values kindness, compassion, reverence, and recycling. I've really had a lot of experiences in a lot of shows, and I'm going to eventually earn my living from my artwork. This is the first picture that I did here.
Could you hold it up for me?
This is her name's Jane, and it symbolizes the balance that she is. She can think night and day, so she can think positive and negative. She can separate the good things from the bad things, and this is a lot of her good, powerful energy, and she keeps her negative energy away.
I'm proud when I'm paid for my work. That is an affirmation by society or an individual that what you're doing has value and merit and a monetary value. So that's a terrific feeling for anybody. And I think that it is very important to recognize the significance and the quality and the strong artistic practice that goes into the work, and a great way to recognize it is to be paid for it.
15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 30, 20, 40, 40,
30.
30, 25. This teapot and this cup are all usable. I don't recommend that you put the teapots on the stove though.